Welcome to this Wednesday edition of The Box Seat. I'm Mark Olmos, joined by Mark Warwood. Mark, great to have you here. We're having a look at 8 races at Ascot on Wednesday.
Yeah, typical midweek card, 8 races, very competitive action.
Yes, we'll have a quick look at the conditions before we get stuck into the meeting. We're expecting 33 degrees, partly cloudy, so it should be a comfortable enough day. The rail will be out 15 metres. The cutaway in play in the straight, and not too much breeze to worry about, so it should be a fair day of racing. Let's get stuck into it now with race number 1. It's the Schweppes Maiden over 1200 metres, and Mark, our replay horse, ran second last start on Boxing Day.
Yes, it's Keeper's Tail, has had 4 runs for 3 seconds. This was the latest.
Fury the outside, Ballyfin House has joined in strongly as well. So Ballyfin House has raced up on the outside. Jezza's Stars there as well with the blinkers on and starting to come through now. Keeper's Tail as well, coming down with 100 to go, and Keeper's Tail and getting through nearer the inside now with a good run. Zafiro dashed through.
Wasn't a bad run that day at Pinjarra. It was an all-age maiden as well, so took on a few older horses as well, doing its best work late at that occasion. 1200 metres here as well. Look, it should improve again, Mark.
Yeah, both its siblings have won, and I liked its first up effort in its first campaign when he was just behind Slick Sam. Slick Sam has come out and proven he's a Saturday class galloper, so you'd expect this horse to measure up here.
Yeah, gets the good barrier from barrier 6 as well. Number 12, She Bangs the Drum, having its first start for Nick Cox. This filly by Pluck showed plenty of speed and good manners in the barriers at a recent trial. Look, Latakia Fries had it covered on that occasion on the inside, but there looked to be improvement. She'll jump from barrier 5 and probably run along.
Yeah, did quite well in the trial, certainly got on speed. Has had 4 trials leading into this, only a $5,000 buy. You know, it's not the strongest of the races, wouldn't have to be that great to be in the numbers.
$5,000 is a great return if they could win this race. And number 6 from the Neville Parnham yard. Acquaintance here returns as a 3-year-old. The recent trial was sound behind Regal Moon, but should improve first up. Maybe a softer run from barrier 9.
Certainly if he could run as well as he did behind Sweet Order a few starts ago, would be right up to this. Coming off a long spell though.
Yeah, I've got number 12 on top there. She Bangs the Drum, the first starter from the Nick Cox yard. Ahead of number 11, Keeper's Tail, the replay horse. 6, Acquaintance, and 7, Desert All.
I'm number 11, Keeper's Tail. From number 2, Warbo and Grotto. 6, Acquaintance, and 12, She Bangs the Drums.
Race number 2 on the card at Ascot is the Heineken 3 handicap. It's over 1400 metres. It's for the 3-year-olds. Special conditions for no Metro wins in the last year. And Mark, the replay horse looks to be quite smart.
Yes, Bob Peters and Sandra Peters, they bred another good one. It's Royal Star.
Via the Cape at the 350, and Lizzie coming at Friar and Dice, but here comes the favourite, Royal Star. Opening up now, dashes up, hits the front, draws away from the Royal Star with 150 to go from Fire and Dice. Lizzie can't do any better, but this Redute's Choice filly, the half-sister to Star Exhibit's going to make an auspicious debut and won by 3 lengths.
A very impressive performance by Royal Star is, of course, the half to the Perth Cup winner in Star Exhibit as well. So breeding certainly on its side as well, but couldn't have been more impressive on that occasion at Bunbury. Won by 3 lengths, beating Friar Dance at a very short quote, and I dare say it'll be a short quote again on Wednesday, Mark.
I anticipate that to be the case. Being a daughter of Reduced Choice, you'd expect to improve over 1400 metres. And, you know, so some collateral form lines here that pull her well ahead of horses such as Ducatsa and Platypus.
He looks to get the right run from barrier 7 too. Number 4 as well, Avon Trader. Now, first start was on the 7th of December, was beaten 4 lengths by Belter on that occasion. Belter's just come out and run really well again on Saturday. Should get the nice run from barrier 1, and the front bar plates go on, which is a concern, but did over-race on debut, so may have improved since then.
Yeah, second up after refreshing here. Really like the way it finished off last start. Probably the main dangers of the favourite. Yeah,
looks to get a really soft run there. Number 5, Paradini, ran 4th last start on Christmas Eve behind Gatting. Now those form lines have proven to be very solid. Gatting coming out and running another very good race at Pinjarra on the 7th of January. Look, I can see Paradini for Clint Johnston Porter, who's in very good form and claims 2 here, running a very nice race, Mark.
You've already mentioned the form lines. I'd also note that the siblings, 4 of them have raced, 4 of them have won, and one of those siblings was Mr. Utopia, who was a listed winner over East.
Yeah, some very, very good notes there to take a note of and keep an eye on there. But I've got the 6 on top, Royal Star. She looks to be one of the better bets on the card from the 5, Paradini. Number 3, Platypus, and the 4, Avon Trader.
I'm number 6, Royal Star. From number 4, Avon Trader. 8, Superfine. 5, Paradini.
Race number 3 at Ascot is the Australia Day Barbecue 28 Jan handicap over 1400 metres. It's a Class 1 mark, and a replay horse won a 3-year-old maiden last start.
Yeah, the name of the horse is Amali Moo under Joseph Azzopardi at Bunbury last time out.
Straight though, and the favourite Finance booted over 2.5 in front of Amali Moo. Premium Reward followed by Miss Slater. The others Impossible at the 200. Amali Moo comes out after Finance. It's Finance down on the inside. Noski hard at work, but Amali Moo draws level. Finance kicks. Amali Moo though gets the head in front. Amali Moo, Finance, Amali Moo.
A nice win there by Amali Moo. It and of course Finance, they drew away to beat the rest of the field by 7 lengths, so the form lines could hold up with those two winning quite comfortably. I dare say Finance, next time it comes out in a maiden, will be hard to beat as well. Barrier 10's the only concern, but when you've got William Pike on board, that pretty much is taken out of the equation.
Yeah, good jockey booking here. No knock on Joseph Azzopardi, but Pike is the best rider in Perth, and taking over here is a positive. Fastest last 200 and fastest last 400 to 200 splits last time out. There's some head-to-heads here with number 4, which is Time Stream, that don't favour it on a weights thing, but it was over a different distance. I'm willing to say that's inconclusive. I think it's the top selection.
Yeah, I have to agree as well, Mark. Number 8, Mayaki Mac as well. Sean O'Donnell for Julie Clements here from Barrier 4. Last time out behind Platypus was doing its best work late. A few others in this race come out of that race, but it was certainly the best to the line.
Look, it's in my numbers. I think it probably wants 1600 or a little bit further, probably to get a good spot in the run here. 1400 is a little bit more difficult. We've
also got in the race number 2, Miss Meek. From Barrier 3 here, Craig Staples will get a nice run in transit. And just like a lot of these Steve Wallace horses, they enjoy a cushy run just behind the speed and can be there in the finish. We saw that 3 starts ago with Miss Meek as she ran a very nice race, beating Buster Andy to win a maiden at Northam. And then a couple of starts ago behind Princess Jasmine, and wasn't disgraced behind Wrinkly last start either.
Look, I think she's run quite well since breaking her maiden at Northam. I think she's probably the main danger here to the top bit.
I've got the 5 on top though. The replay horse, Amali Moo, looks very hard to beat here again for Jeff Durant and Jason Miller. From the 8, Mayaki Mac, 2, Miss Mika, and number 4, Time Stream.
I've got number 5 on top. That's Amali Moo. From number 2, Miss Mika, number 8, Mayaki Mac, and number 10, Compass Point.
Race number 4 at Ascot is the Country, Interstate and International Membership Handicap. It's a staying race over 2200 metres, Mark, a Class 3. And the one we're having a look at on the replay won impressively last start.
Yeah, it's from the Durant Miller yard. Its name is Pagan Dancer, and it broke its maiden at Pinjarra.
Continuing its run deep out on the track as Pagan Dancer had hit the lead with about 250 to go, has come clear from Not a Way to Go. Hakuna Matata is starting to run on, but is giving Pagan Dancer about 2 or 3 lengths with 100 to go. Iron Maggie has come from well back. Feisty Felix making up ground, but it's all Pagan Dancer. Pagan Dancer running away to win well over Hakuna Matata.
There's Pagan Dancer winning their last start at Pinjarra in an all-age maiden. Thought it was a tough staying performance to the eye mark. Sat outside the leader and went on with the job under Ben Patterson. William Pike takes over here. And from Barrier 10, I suggest they will push forward again.
I think he'll be under the odds because of the connections. They didn't run any time at all at Pinjarra. I'll also note that whilst it's got some talented siblings, including one that won over a listed trip twice, they never won beyond 1675, so this might be a bit of a push.
Yeah, you're right. When we see those connections, William Pike, Jeff Durant, Jason Miller can start under the odds, so not sure if you want to play there at the shorts. We've also got number 4, Young George from the Nick Cox stable. Again, Clint Johnston Porter on a Nick Cox trained galloper. He's been riding in superb form, Clint Johnston Porter, a double on Saturday at Ascot and then a double on Sunday at Pinjarra. In outstanding form and gets the right run from Barrier 2 after breaking through at Class 2 company last start at Narrogin.
Yeah, had to go to Narrogin though to break through. Never raced beyond 1720, which is the distance he run at last start. A few question marks here. Did stay on well, but I do query the class.
There's number 6 as well, Kawaja. Now, this 3-year-old's always promised a fair bit. We saw him winning very impressively 3 starts ago in an all-age maiden and did it so impressively on that occasion. Was only a maiden, but he looked like he'd go on with it from then. And unfortunately, he hasn't since. But 1400 metres last start in 3-year-old company, out to 2200 metres. The 2200 metres will help him because that's what he wants, but it's a big step up in distance.
I thought he rated okay over 1400 metres in what was a pretty hot race by Pinjarra standards. Stepping up to 22 is exactly what he wants here. If he's going to be a Derby horse, he has to win this.
I left him out of my numbers. I've got the 3 on top here. Pagan Dancer from the 4, Young George. Number 9, Greater Impact. And the 2, Proclamation.
I'm going to take a little bit of a punt on number 6. That's Kawaja. From number 4, Young George. 3, Pagan Dancer. And number 2, Proclamation.